I spent a lot of time trying to understand what this
What
thing they
it is.
call autism.
Yeah. So what is that one thing that you wish you knew then?
So if you allow your emotions to govern your decision concerning your children, you'll be doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
So that is the foundation on which Traveling Beyond the Label is built, and that is my life's mission. Good job. I watch Nollywood cracks me up
So
because
it's Nollywood for you.
Nollywood for me because it's entertainment.
Hello and welcome to the Meet Show. Firstly, I'd like to appreciate everyone that has dropped a message, that has encouraged us in one way or the other after watching the few episodes that we've had. We are grateful. We see your comments coming, and yeah, just to say thank you so very much. We appreciate your encouragement. We appreciate your support. So on today's edition of the Meet Show, we get to meet. Oh, the edition is tagged "Meet a Supermom" or "Meet the Supermom." Today we get to meet an incredible lady whose name is Eniola Oyegunle. Eniola loves to call herself mom of a champion, and this is coined from a book she recently authored, A Champion Speaks. We'll get to hear more about A Champion Speaks later on in the interview. But Eniola is a senior IT professional. She has years of experience doing this. And apart from her day job, she is raising two incredible sons who are neurodivergent. That is, they have additional needs. And she is smashing it with grace. So, apart from all of this, Eniola also has a community that she founded, and it's called Thriving Beyond the Label. Thriving Beyond the Label focuses on parents and families who have children with additional needs. And what they do is to empower them, to educate, and just to help them navigate life, which could be challenging that comes with having to raise children with additional needs. So, on today's edition of the Main Show, we meet, yes, that lady that I've tried to describe in a nutshell. She's Eniola Oyegunle, and we are so privileged to have her today. So it's good to finally have the almighty Eniola on the Meet Show. Thank you so very much for coming around. And I've done quite a lot of uh, introduction just for our audience to get to know who we have today and a little bit of what she does, really. But we still like to hear from you. But before then, I just want to commend you again for the good job you're doing raising those wonderful boys, really. We like to know everything about them, but much later. But yeah, before then, let's get to meet you. Tell us all about you, the beautiful parts that I did not remember to mention. So, who is Eniola Oyegunle?
Oh gosh. Funke, thank you so much for having me. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to add. I mean, you said it all.
Okay.
I'm Eniola Oyegunle. I'm married to Kayode Oyegunle, and together we're navigating our unique parenting journey because I don't think I can do what I do without him. I'm
Yeah.
grateful to God for him. Grateful to God for our children who are teaching us every day, about life. They've
Also.
totally changed our perspective about life. That
Mm,
I know for sure.
mm,
And I work, like you have said, in IT. An IT business analyst working within healthcare. I'm
mm,
really grateful for the privilege to still be able to work.
mm.
I do not take that for granted.
Yeah.
And I think that's all. You said it all. I don't think there's anything else
Okay.
to add.
That's all for
Thank
now,
you for
right?
having me. I mean, I've been a big fan of the
Thank
Meet
you.
Show, and I feel
Thank
really
you.
privileged to be on this side.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
That's
for
really
having me.
appreciated. Thank you so much. So we go right that into it. Tell us about, or how would you describe your typical day? Describe a day that you would say is a really good day, and otherwise, when I say otherwise, that means the day is really challenging. So describe it too.
uh, A really, really good day would be a day that I'm able to cross out all the items on my to-do list
To-do
because
list.
I'm very goal oriented. But in
Mm,
reality, I've learned to pick my battles in that not everything on your list gets done.
yeah.
So a typical day would be achieving what that day was intended to be.
Mm-hmm.
A challenging day. There are many challenging days,
Mm,
because life can really throw you curveballs.
yeah.
Even when you feel you've planned, but things
Yeah.
really don't always go according to
That's
plan.
planned.
Well,
Mm,
as with life, you learn. I see challenging days
absolutely.
as learning opportunities. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure I'll probably share a little bit more context to what that really looks like, in
mm,
practical terms. So yeah,
mm,
a typical day will be that
mm,
I at least achieve something that day. And
yeah.
a perfectly good day will be that I cross my to-do list. But that rarely
Mm,
happens. So we move.
awesome.
We move.
Awesome. So straight on to my next question, right? You have no one but two of your children that are neurodivergent. Can I take you back to when they were diagnosed? I would say when your first was diagnosed, and how did you feel, and how did you take it, and how did you process it, and at what point did you accept it?
Hmm.
That's a lot of questions
That's a
in one,
very
right?
interesting question,
Yeah,
Funke. You know me, I like to give stories because I
yeah.
feel that's the only way.
Mm,
Acceptance is a big word for families like mine.
mm,
I won't say what I've accepted. Let me deal with that first. Is the
yeah,
fact that my children are unique.
absolutely.
I have not accepted the diagnosis because I see the diagnosis as a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I see it as the world's way of making sense
Mm,
of my son's uniqueness,
yeah,
both my sons.
yeah,
So I've accepted their uniqueness, but not necessarily the diagnosis.
yeah.
In terms of how I felt when both of them got diagnosed,
Mm,
to be honest, because our journey started with Nigeria because
yeah,
of my first son,
yeah.
in Nigeria, it's like survival mode.
Mm,
When I noticed that my son was not meeting his milestones, I
mm,
was looking for how to fix it. The
mm,
Mrs. Fix It in me.
mm,
It just did not make sense. Why was my
yeah.
son not talking? That was the major milestone that he wasn't meeting. He met all the other developmental milestones. At
Mm,
2 years, you expect that a child begins to blab, he begins to
yeah,
say his first words, and we didn't have any of those.
yeah.
So it was strange. So I tried to understand what this was. What's the meaning of this? People will tell you
Mm,
boys speak late and all
mm,
of that, but
mm,
I was not convinced about this boys speak late
mm,
theory.
mm,
So I started to ask questions. I started to, research, and things like autism started coming up and things like
mm.
that. But I was not consumed about going to go and get a diagnosis. I
Yeah.
was consumed about
How
getting
to
knowledge
fix
to
it.
support this my obsession with fixing the problem.
Yeah.
So by the time the diagnosis came later in life, I think he got his diagnosis when he was around 7, almost 8, when
Mm,
we got here.
mm,
I already kind of I've accepted his uniqueness.
yeah.
So it wasn't as traumatic or as emotional as most people might have
Yeah.
experienced because I already kind of embraced that my son is unique,
Mm,
So it is for many that have started their journey in a different light, in that it was the diagnosis that made them know that there was something
yeah.
not typical about their kids. It must have been an emotional journey, but not for me.
Yeah.
It was the other way around. I
Mm,
just wanted to consume myself with knowing how to support my
yeah.
children
Yeah.
and not chasing a piece of paper. I love
Mm,
professionals, I love science, but in the context of everything they call autism
yeah.
and all those things,
So it didn't take you time at all for you to accept it.
it took me time to
Yeah. Okay.
accept the uniqueness. I
Yeah.
keep saying uniqueness.
Uniqueness. Yeah.
It took me time. It really took me time.
Mm.
But I spent a lot of time trying to understand what this
What
thing they
it is.
call autism
Yeah.
was, and what was available in our environment in Nigeria,
Mm,
to
mm, mm.
support him, my first son, since that the question is on my first son.
Yeah.
So, and the cultural the cultural element of Nigeria, we cannot dismiss it. You don't
Absolutely.
necessarily come up to own up and say there's something wrong with your child.
Mm.
That's not the normal
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So I think that in many ways also helped me to make sure that I was on the path of trying to fix the
Fix.
problem until I would say I understand
Yeah.
better now that there's no problem to be fixed.
Yeah,
It's about
absolutely.
understanding
I
how
was
to
gonna
support
say
them.
about that word fix, fix, fix. Can you actually fix? So initially you were thinking that you could fix,
Hmm,
not knowing that what you actually needed was support and
that's
just
it.
walk around it and just to research on things that can make life
Easier.
easier for them.
That's it.
Really? Okay. So the word fix is no longer in
It's no
existence
longer in
now.
my
Yeah.
vocabulary.
Okay,
There's
good.
nothing to fix.
Yeah.
They are unique.
Mm, okay. So, what is that one thing that you wish you knew then? If you go back to then, I mean, based off what you know now,
Hmm.
or one thing that you wish
At
you
the
had
big
done.
at the beginning of my journey, even when I was chasing knowledge about, I was really confused.
Mm,
We did I didn't have a lot of people around me that were going through a similar
yeah,
developmental journey with their kids. So I really
yeah.
felt isolated. And
Mm,
that's why I was obsessed with trying to understand how to fix it because everybody around me appeared
mm.
normal. All the other children around me appeared normal. So it was very, very difficult trying to
Yeah.
understand why my son was not meeting the milestones than all
So
the
it was
other
a bit
children.
isolated for you,
It
the
was a
journey.
very isolated journey.
Yeah,
Isolated, but in many ways, I used that energy to go and start asking
yeah.
questions. I started
Okay.
attending all these autism fairs,
Mm,
obsessed with
mm,
researching online. Google
mm.
was my friend, all
Yeah.
this. Oh, I was just Googling and, trying to really see what I could do, you
Yeah,
know, to support my child. So that was what I was consumed with
that's
at
good.
that time.
That's actually gonna would have been my next question. The question would have been, did this experience did it shape you in any way?
Hmm.
But you have said right that it made you to want to learn more, to know more, to research more, to
Hmm.
have a better understanding of what the issue is. So,
Hmm.
apart from that, how has this shaped you in any way?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think when it now dawned on me, when we had our second, after I'd accepted the uniqueness of my first son's journey,
Mm,
and we now had a second child who was now also showing the same signs. To start with, I didn't want to have a boy. When I got the scan and I saw that it was a boy, I was like, oh no, no.
I want a
That
girl.
fear, because they say that autism is more prevalent in boys.
Amazing
So
boys.
that fear of
Mm,
having another boy
yeah.
was there.
Mm.
But when the scan came and I saw that I was a boy, then that's when I now started to pray that God, affliction will not arise a second time. And
Yeah.
when I would say it arose a second time, but when it now dawned on us that we're going to have to navigate this journey as well with my second son,
Yeah.
I felt like my first son equipped me for my second son
So
because
you were
needs
better
are very different.
equipped,
I
you
was
were
better
ready.
equipped.
Yeah.
I was better equipped
Mm.
because they both have different needs.
Yeah.
So I was better equipped. So I would say that this unique parenting journey has definitely changed me as a human being.
Yeah.
It has changed my perspective about life.
Life. Yeah.
It has changed my perspective about what is normal and what is not
No, no,
normal.
no.
We are not. I don't believe human beings should be caged in a box. You know,
Mm.
it has driven me to what I call purpose.
Mm.
Because for many years, even outside of my children's unique journey,
Yeah.
I've been praying for purpose for a very long time.
Yeah.
And that purpose just looked like it was so far out of
Mm.
reach.
Mm.
But as I began to invest in understanding my children's uniqueness,
Yeah.
it pushed me in the
Into your purpose.
direction into purpose to see,
Mm.
okay, as you're trying to make sense of your journey, how
Yeah.
can you help other people?
Mm.
So that is definitely something that my unique parenting journey has taught me. It has
Mm.
pushed me in that direction of
Yeah.
purpose, seeing that
That's helped you
we are
to
not the only
discover.
ones
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
this journey.
Yeah.
There's a big world out there
So that's made you a better person.
in
That's
many ways.
made you to rediscover who you truly are,
Definitely,
to unleash some things that are in you that you might not have thought of on a
definitely,
normal day. So it's
definitely.
not all gloomy or bad. In a way, we would say it's a blessing.
If you look at it in the totality,
Yeah,
it's not gloomy.
It's not gloomy.
If you look at it in isolated incidents,
Yeah,
it is gloomy.
yeah.
But we must always
In the
look at the
totality,
totality of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The joys that comes with it as well,
Yes.
the happiness, not just the challenging aspect of the whole thing. Well
Yeah.
done. So, in moments when you feel isolated, how do you cope? Do you have a support system, or how have people been supportive of you? If you have any?
Um, at the beginning of my journey,
Yeah,
it's been a journey. I won't say I had a support system
yeah,
because I was not disclosing the challenges. I would say
yeah,
we went into hiding
yeah.
because even in my own marriage as well, it's by the grace of God that we survived. To be honest, because
Mm,
my husband has his own way of dealing with it. Because
yeah.
for him, I think he lived in denial for a very long
Mm,
time.
mm.
And I was just obsessed with trying to fix the
Fix
problem,
it.
that I
Yeah.
wasn't even I could not even be bothered
So
with
you were
dealing
going
with
all
it.
out,
I was
and
going all out
yeah,
and he was dealing with his own emotions.
yeah.
So I would say I was isolated for that reason. Not
Mm,
because people did not want to help, but if it's when you say you need help
yeah.
that people will help.
Mm,
But when you don't even own up that you need help, where do you
mm,
get the help from? So at the
mm.
beginning, I definitely did not have I didn't give myself the opportunity
To be supported.
to be supported. But in retrospect,
Yeah,
having a support system is very important.
yeah,
And I think now in our later life, I
yeah.
would say we have some sort of support system in terms of, and I'm also very intentional about the fact that people need to be equipped with
Mm,
knowledge, because you
mm,
need to tell people how to support you. You
mm,
cannot assume that they know.
mm.
So that's one thing that I've intentionally been doing with my sister,
Yeah,
my mom, and
yeah.
everyone that helps
You
us.
told
We
them.
share knowledge
Yeah,
so that they can support
yeah,
your children,
yeah,
and every other person.
yeah. A thought just dropped, right? That even sometimes when people want to support, it is what they know
Mm,
that they can support. A lot of people are ignorant. They don't know how to come in or what to do, what not to do.
mm,
Uh, for example, just like having a little baby, it's not everybody that can carry a little baby, for instance. But a mom to a little baby might be expecting that, oh, can't you see that I'm all alone doing this? Can you not offer some help to carry this baby? But not that they don't want to. The only thing is they have that fear of, oh, I don't know, if I carry the baby this way, maybe that's not the right way of doing it. But I like what you said when you say you are now sharing that knowledge with people on how they can be of help, how they can be of support to you. So, yeah,
I think it's very important, that families do this, because
yeah,
you have to. It's your lived experience, and it's also a way
absolutely.
of reducing stigma as well, because there's still
Yeah,
a lot of stigma
there is.
associated with this thing. So
Yeah,
I'm committed
yeah.
to doing the best that I can to let other people know
Know about it.
about the uniqueness of our children and how they
Mm,
can, because that
mm,
is really, you can't do this work by yourself. I
yeah,
tried it at the beginning
mm,
and I realized it was not a wise
yeah. You
strategy.
need a
You
community.
need a community, you need a support system,
Yeah,
and it will help to reduce the isolation, because there are good days. You asked about typical
yeah,
days, there are challenging days.
yeah.
Just know that there's somebody, sometimes just the support you get is somebody just being willing to listen to
To
you,
listen. Yeah.
and that makes your day.
Mm,
It's not about
mm,
helping me to support my child.
yeah.
Sometimes not everybody is able to do that,
To do it. Yeah.
but just somebody calling you to ask you how you are
How are
doing,
you? Mm,
that's support.
mm,
Calling you on a really, really challenging day.
yeah.
You have gone to pick your child and you have heard that he was restless, or he
Mm,
beat somebody in school, or hit
yeah.
someone in school.
Yeah.
And then someone else calls you and says, how are you? And you
Mm,
offload on that person, and that person
mm,
just listens
yeah.
and
Even without
encourages you
saying anything,
without saying
being
anything.
able to unleash and just let go of those things.
That
Wow.
is support in
That's
itself.
support.
So
Yeah.
support doesn't have to be big. It can be in
Mm,
little things.
yeah.
It
Thank
can be
you.
little things.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And you wrote. I mentioned very briefly on the book that you wrote.
Yeah,
Um, a champion speaks,
yeah.
and that is about your first child,
Yeah.
who happens to be my birthday mate, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to be my birthday mate. I
Yeah.
remember that his last birthday,
Yeah.
he had a party, and
Yes.
that was my birthday party
Yeah,
as well. So
exactly.
he threw the party for both of us, really.
Yeah, and he
So
loves you anyway. So
yes, I do. Right back. Yeah. So talking about the book, right? You did a lot of. I mean, that's basically like your son's journey from birth till he turned 10,
10. Yeah.
right? And in the book, you wrote a whole lot of tips on how to support children with additional needs, and most importantly, you mentioned collaborative work.
Yeah.
That's what I want us to talk on. You shared how important it is for parents with additional needs to partner, to work in partnership with the teachers, for instance, with healthcare professionals, with professionals involved in their children's life. So do you want to say something in this line just to tell us more on how important it is to work in partnership with professionals supporting our children?
Hmm. That thing you have said is really the foundation on which the community which you introduced, Driving
Yeah.
Beyond the Label, is
Mm.
built on. I think that was one of the things I learned early on in my journey.
Yeah.
That this work is not you that will do it. You need
Mm.
help.
Mm.
And when you talk to different families like mine, a lot of people have very interesting experiences with professionals. So
Mm.
that in itself is a challenge
Yeah.
because some people don't have not had very pleasant experiences
Yeah.
with professionals, both in healthcare, both
Mm.
across the world, not just in the
Yeah.
UK that we are in.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mixed feelings about professionals. But I recognize that as a parent, if I don't partner with those who have invested their life in
Mm.
developing knowledge, I'll be
Mm.
doing my children a disservice.
Mm.
So everything that has to do with my children, by the grace of God, I've learned to detach my emotions
Mm.
and focus on this child.
Yeah.
What does this child need? Forget that a teacher spoke to me anyhow. Forget that a professional did me anyhow.
Mm.
What does this child need right now?
Mm.
Can I follow them to school? No. Someone has to teach them in school.
Mm.
And I have to see everybody working with my children as partners.
Mm.
Because they say it takes a village. So if you allow your emotions to govern your decision concerning your children, you'll be doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
So that is the foundation on which Traveling Beyond the Label is built. And that is my life's
Yeah.
mission
Yeah.
concerning my children.
Yeah.
Because whether I like it or not, I won't always be here. We will
Mm.
live long.
Mm.
But I need to be able to partner, trust that all the people that will
Yeah.
continue to work with my children all
Mm.
through the different phases that they go
That's the
through
life. Yeah.
are partners in this.
Mm.
And one thing that has helped us in understanding our children is that understanding that we are partners. So
Mm.
we're able to share knowledge.
Mm.
What works for us at home when our children go to a new school, we tell them, oh, the transition can be a difficult thing for neurodivergent children. These are the things we do at home. When your children are now too settled in school, they will tell us, oh, these are the things that your children do in school. We are
Yeah.
learning from each other.
Yeah.
It makes the
It's not a
relationship,
one-way
it's not a
thing.
one way thing.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
you need that knowledge both ways,
Yeah.
and professionals also
Yeah.
need to see parents as partners because that's also
Mm.
another thing.
Mm.
You cannot support a child in isolation. You
Mm-mm.
need to understand the context that happens in the home.
Absolutely. Can you very quickly give us an example, a scenario,
Mm-hmm.
right, of an instance where you've had to work in partnership with professionals working with or supporting with your child? Because I think you mentioned a few in
In
the
the book,
book.
yes.
So if you can just share
I'll share.
maybe one or two scenarios, like,
Okay.
yeah, with us, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Okay. For my first son, I will share one scenario. I think this one is in the book.
Yeah.
They just kept in school, they just kept saying that anytime my son is writing or doing things in school, anything that has to do with the board, he
Mm.
always wanted to sit in front.
Mm.
And he didn't understand why. Even at home, when he's watching TV, he will
Yeah.
put his chair right in front of the TV. And we
TV.
found that really strange.
Mm.
It was his one-on-one person in school that
Mm.
told us that she observed it and she thinks we need to take him for
Nice
assessment to check
test.
his eyes.
Yeah.
Never even occurred to me
Wow.
that it could be eyes,
Oh,
But
yeah.
when she mentioned that, and on the basis of that, we did take him for the eye test, and
Hmm.
she was right. He
Oh, wow.
needed glasses,
This is,
very serious glasses for that
oh,
matter,
wow.
So that's just one scenario. We were trying to, we're always fighting with him, move your chair back, move it, and he just needed glasses. The second scenario is my second son when he was starting his new school, and at the time he had limited use of words,
Mm.
communication. So they were having challenges managing his behavior, and it was challenging for the school. But we, because at home this is the boy we've lived with, so we already understood how to calm him down. What are the
Yeah.
triggers?
Yeah.
So I started being intentional about sharing that
Sharing with
knowledge.
them,
They
the
have this
teachers.
e-diary
Mm.
that they use. So I started taking videos
Yeah.
of how we manage transitions, because
Yeah.
transitions was one of the big things that triggers the
Mm.
behavior.
Yeah.
So we started telling them what we do at home, and they started replicating it in school, and
Good.
that was how they were able to
That's really good.
manage that complexity,
Wow.
and it just buttresses the fact that no
Mm.
family was designed to raise their child, typical or otherwise.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
So regardless of whatever experiences had with
Mm.
professionals in the past,
Yeah.
you need to see professionals as partners on your
Yeah.
journey. Do
Absolutely.
it for the sake of your children.
Mm.
Detach your emotions out of it. That's
Mm.
my counsel for those that are on this journey. And
Wow.
it has really been it's a change of perspective that
Mm.
you need to embrace as early as possible, because the
Mm.
children are growing. You don't want to sow that seed of them seeing professionals as
Because that's
not
what they
nice.
would do
That's
growing up.
exactly
They would, I mean, they would do exactly what they see
what they
growing up.
see.
Yeah.
So you want to sow that good seed and make them know that there are good people out there.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
people don't do what's, it's just them.
I mean, there are some bad ones, but you teach them to know how to challenge what is not
Exactly.
right as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you know so that's my own way of navigating my
Yeah,
journey,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
works for us.
And working in partnership,
Yes.
it's really important, and for people to know about this as well. Even for neurotypical children as well. I mean, parenting is not easy.
It's not easy. You need help.
Either way, yeah, it's not easy
You need
at
help.
all. Yeah. So, still talking about your book, right?
Okay.
I mean, your book revealed that you are a very resourceful person. I mean, you've said a lot of things just
Mm.
now about researching and wanting to know how to fix and all of
Mm.
that, and it's just so obvious, even in the way you even in the way you write, right? The and what stood out for me, well, I've said one thing that stood out for me earlier. Another thing that stood out of me is how you navigated potty training. For example, you shared a lot of tips on what parents can do or what you did that worked, and I believe that parents can learn from these as well. So if you don't mind sharing those tips
Yeah.
with us.
Potty training is one of those key challenges, especially at that age group between 3 and 10 for
Mm,
neurodivergent children. So
yeah.
I really wanted to bring that into the book.
Mm,
For me, I made some mistakes.
mm,
I'm sure you read those. Have read the book, full
yeah.
disclosure, I was obsessed with milestone charts.
Yeah.
The fact that at this age a
They
child
should
must
have
do
done
this,
this. Yeah.
whether without even thinking, is the child even ready? You
Mm,
know. So in retrospect, I would say some of the mistakes we made. We just wanted to make sure that he learned certain skills, including potty training,
yeah.
before he started school. So I was
Okay.
just obsessed with him. Before you go to school, we must. Well, my son was not. He wasn't ready.
Ready. Yeah.
And one of the things that we learned to do, and he thought, like I said, my first son really helped me with my second son. I
Mm,
learned a lot from him.
mm,
One of the things that we eventually learned to do, the first thing for teaching any child a new skill,
yeah.
potty training or the other way or otherwise, is to first of all establish a means of communication with that child. If you
Okay.
don't establish a way of
Okay.
communicating,
Yeah.
then you're already
You're saying different
you
things.
have set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
So at the time with my first child, we had not really established that before we started potty training. So it was frustrating because
Mm,
we had no way, because he had limited words. We had no way of really checking that he
communicating.
understood what we were
Well,
telling him to do. So establishing a means of, even if the child is not verbal,
Yeah.
is he understanding it? Instead of giving them a whole paragraph of
What to do,
what
what
to
not to
do,
do,
are
how
you
to do.
breaking the communication
Yeah.
in a way? And receptive,
Yeah. Yeah.
does he understand when you're taking him to the toilet?
Yeah.
How are you communicating that?
Mm.
And that's why professionals say we should use a lot of visuals.
Yeah.
If they don't understand if they don't have the receptive language to comprehend
Pictures.
words, visuals are fantastic. So
Mm.
establishing a means of communication is the first thing.
Mm.
When you've been able to accomplish that, for both my sons, routine.
Yeah.
Routine is what helped us to nail potty training. Because, and similarly with my second son, we've navigated that, praise God, with him as well. They are very routine oriented. Very, very routine
They
oriented.
might pick that from mommy.
I don't know where they fix it, but that's what works for us. So with my
Yeah.
second, once we knew that he now understood,
Yeah.
we're taking him to the toilet, and he started to show interest in understanding. Oh, when we get to the toilet, this is what mommy and auntie and everybody that was working with, or this is what they want us to do. Routine. So
Yeah.
when he wakes up in the morning, that's the first place we take him.
Yeah.
When he's about to leave the house for school, that's the first place we take him.
You're consistent.
Consistently. When he comes
Wow.
back from school,
Yeah.
he goes there straight.
Wow.
Before bed, he goes there straight. Even if it's those time slots of the day that you're able to nail at the beginning,
Yeah.
just keep doing it, because in a way, he now starts to associate, okay, at this time when I wake up, they want me to go and do this. Even though that child doesn't understand why he's going to do this, but the fact that he now knows he's just following the instruction.
Wow.
So that was how we were able to build that consistency. And in a way, he's already anticipating it. So by the time where he now gets to the toilet, he knows what to do, because he's following a script. It's like following a script.
Wow.
So those are the two things I would say. If you start with that, every other thing, and I think for that's
and
for
it will
me,
work for other things as well.
That is the recipe for teaching them other things. Communication, establishing that means of communication. Even if it's through visuals, communication is not only with words. Then making a consistent routine.
Yeah.
That's the most difficult part, that routine part, because you as a human being, you're tired, you're in a hurry. But
even as an adult, I don't think I'm good with routine. I'm so rubbish at it.
And you realize that is the same routine they follow when they are now doing it by themselves.
Yeah.
When they wake up in the morning,
yeah,
they go to the toilet by themselves. When they come back from school,
that's the
they
first
go
place
to the
they
toilet.
go.
So you
have
programmed them
yeah
to follow that routine.
That's success.
That's success.
Well done.
So that's how we have nailed this. It takes time,
Yeah.
doesn't happen overnight. It will take you years in some cases.
Yeah.
But when they get it, they get it.
Awesome stuff.